Okay, that should be good enough, because you don't want the wires to come loose from this jack. So now we're going to take red and black, and we're going to cut a little piece of wire off, solder it to the pin, the inside lead, and then solder a black to the outside lead. Just going to expose a piece of the red wire here. Okay, and while we're here, we might as well expose the other half, other piece. That should be long enough. And now we have a wire with two exposed ends. You can throw it up on your helping hands. Again, this is the solder I use, Radio Shack. And I use a 15-watt Radio Shack soldering iron. Just going to put a little solder on both ends of this wire. Okay, now that wire is ready to be soldered. I'm going to take this red off the helping hand. Put our jack onto the helping hands. And then I'm going to solder the red wire to the inside part. Actually, I want to put a little solder on the leads here on this power jack first. Now you can see that the jack has solder in it now. Sorry if the focusing's not the greatest. Come on, camera. There it goes. And you can see the red wires attached firmly now to the jack. Problem is my hand keeps shaking when it's up there and the camera doesn't want to focus on it. Let's do the same thing for the black now. Make it about exactly the same size as the red. Expose some of the tip, or some of the wire. Measure it up so it's about the same size. Cut it. Okay, now we got exposed piece of black wire there. The camera doesn't want to focus today. Oh well. Like I said, I'm not Steven Spielberg here, so sorry if the video is a little shoddy. And I'm just going to tin both sides of the wire. Just put a little solder on both sides of that wire. It's like pre-soldering. Making sure you got solder on both ends of this wire, so when you connect it to whatever you need to connect it to, it makes a real solid grip right off the bat. I like to do it this way because when you're dealing with laptops, you don't want to have your this is very important. You don't want to have your soldering iron on a motherboard or a circuit board pressing down, like if this is the soldering iron, pressing down for long periods of time. You'll fry every component on the thing. So if you tin both sides of what you're going to solder before you attach it, you only have to put the soldering iron on there for a second for it to make a good solder connection. And then let's take this and attach it to the jack. Nice. So now we got our jack with a red wire and a black wire coming out of it. Alright, another thing we can do while the drill is charging, the batteries in the drill is charging.